Mwiriwe neza. Turabashimiye mwebwe mwitabiriye ubutumire bwacu aho tugiye gutangaza uko banki yakoze ndetse nuko yungutse mu mwaka ushize n'igihembwe gisozo umwaka ushize. Tudatinze rero nasaba umukuru w'ikigo akadutangirira.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to this very important annual rendezvous where the bank is reporting to the public and to all stakeholders its performance for the previous year. 2018 has been a very good year for us, in line with the stellar growth of the Rwandan economy in the past year. You've all seen that GDP has grown at 8.6% in the last year, and we are very happy and proud to have contributed our share in this very good performance of the economy last year. The good news, again, is that our business has continued to grow across all business lines, be it the bank, of course, which is still the largest subsidiary, but there's also an excellent performance of our insurance subsidiary, and you will have some amazing numbers will be shared with you about the performance of our insurance subsidiary. But we also have very good performance of BK Capital and BK Tech House that we'll present to you today. Maybe I'll just give you one headline. I think this is what most people want to hear about. It's the profit after tax, our net income, the net income of the group for the year 2018, which stands at 27.4 billion Rwanda francs. And this is a growth of about 17% compared to our performance in 2017. So as usual, I'll let Natalie, who is our number cruncher, to take you through all the numbers. And we'll also have a presentation by Vincent, Alex, Karine, and Claude for all the business lines, bank, insurance, technology, and investment banking. And then we'll have a session of Q&A, as Daddy said. Thank you.
You are welcome once again to our press briefing. We are very pleased that we meet you on a quarterly basis, and our numbers have not disappointed us at all. We promise you that we were looking at strong results for end of year, and I'm pleased to say that on the first page that you have in front of you, you'd see that most of the numbers are in double digit, and quite exciting when you look at the income. As the CEO said, you see that our profit increased to 27 billion Rwandan francs. That's an increase year on year of 17.2% when you compare with 2017 result. In USD terms, this is over 30 million USD of profit. So our shareholders, we have a strong base that are international. They will be very pleased to see that this number is going quite solid. It being USD terms and also Rwandan francs terms. So total operating income, mostly income from the loans and our fees and commission, increased to 104 billion Rwandan francs. That's an increase of 12.5% in the year. And also we manage very well our cost. Although we are going through significant transformation journey, this is our digital transformation that we talked about during the year. We've increased our cost by 20%, but these are really mostly one-off that we expect to see coming down in the years ahead. So when you look at the asset side, also very strong growth. You'd see that our total asset increased by almost 21%, that's to 877 billion Rwandan francs, almost a billion USD, very close. It's 983 million USD. And most of it being in the loans, about 68.4%, reaching about over 568 net loans. That's after taking into account the IFRS 9 provision. We are also very happy with our customer deposits and balances, increasing year on year by almost 17%. Shareholders also supported us a lot during the year. When you looked at the previous discussion we had on raising capital, we managed to raise the required capital to grow the business and the operations. And our total shareholders' equity at year end stood at almost 200 billion Rwandan francs, and that's an increase of 58.6% year on year. We are happy with the ratios that translate from the numbers. You look at our ROA, return on average asset, still strong, flat year on year at 3.4% when you compare with the sector at about below 2%. You have ROA, that's return on average equity. That's strong despite the new shares of almost 200 million that we increased in the market. We returned ROE at 17.2%. In the past, we've been maintaining this above 20. We expect this to return in the 20% level during the year. What the profit translated in terms of number of shares, earning per share in terms of annualized at the end of the year was about 39.4 francs for each share that we have in the bank, in the group. And that has increased from 38.9 in September and also 34.6 in 2017. All in all, we are very happy that the board has recommended that the AGM in May pay each shareholder about 12.2 francs per share. That translates into a dividend yield of approximately 4.4% at current price of 275. These highlights are what you have on the first page. When you look at the details of how we performed compared to the banking sector, this is total banking sector, which includes microfinances and commercial banks. We have managed to do much better than the whole sector across all the four metrics. And even over time, compared 2014 to 2018, a 5-year compounded annual growth rate, you'll see that we are doing significantly more than all the sector. In terms of asset, we are 24.9. Total sector has grown by, in terms of loan, we have grown 24.9. The total sector has grown 15.2. And on the asset, 16.1 compared to the banking sector at 14.4. Of course, the support of the increase in share capital gives us a lead on the shareholders' equity at 21.4 compared to the whole sector at 11.6. Our market share is still strong for all, and you can see that increasing over time. Compared to 2015, our market share is coming down from about 26% of the banking sector to currently at about 28%, with strong performance mostly on the loan and the shareholders' equity. So we are very happy that our operations are growing gradually and quite consistently. You'd see the breakdown in the pages that follow in terms of how we've done over time since we've included performances 2011, which was the IPO time, when we raised the first capital in the secondary market. And you'd see that we've done almost 3 times our level in 2011, both on the assets and on the income statement performance. I think we'll stop in terms of highlight at this point. I'll pass over the mic to my colleague Vincent for the business highlight.
To make sure that we have another very good year in 2019, there are a couple of initiatives that as a bank that we've put in place to address mainly the pain points that our customers have been having. But we've focused a lot on retail clients. So I'll start with increasing unsecured personal loans from 10 million, which we announced at the beginning of last year. We've increased this to 30 million Rwanda francs. Of course, this is to improve our customer experience, especially on personal loans. But to qualify, there are a couple of conditions that you need to fulfill, being a customer of the bank, being able to pay this in a period not exceeding 3 years, and having stable income working in a reputable organization to be able to qualify for this. We've also worked very hard to improve on our turnaround time, especially on unsecured personal loans. We did a survey and realized that it would take 168 hours for someone to get a personal unsecured loan, which is 7 days. And since the beginning of this year, the teams have been working very hard, and this has reduced from 168 to 48 hours. We also, most of our personal loans, someone had still to come to the head office to apply. We've decentralized this, and now all the branches can approve a loan, approve and disburse a loan not exceeding 2.5 million, again in a period of 48 hours or 2 days. At the head office, maybe if you have time you can pass by. We've set up a one-stop center for the personal loans, where you walk in, if you have all the documentation, in a period of 48 hours you're able to get your loan. Issuance of debit cards. Again, debit cards were printed and issued from the head office. We've decentralized this in all our branches. Now you can walk in and walk out with your debit card. Again, we moved this from a period of 1 week, and now you get it in a period not exceeding 10 minutes, subject to having all the conditions fulfilled. Natalie touched on this. We started our digital strategy implementation. And part of this, we've set up digital migration agents in all our branches, again, to help people convert from transacting with physical cash. So if you walk into any of our branches, there's someone called digital migration agent to help you download the app, set up your internet banking, and help you to be able to transact from the comfort of your home without necessarily coming back to the branches. So that's it. I'll note the rest of the details are in the press release that has been shared, number of clients, number of agencies, and so you can pick that from the press release. I just wanted to touch on improvement, especially in regard to our retail clients. Thank you.
So we'll now go to the insurance subsidiary, which is our largest subsidiary and which has a very good results to share.
Yeah, thank you, CEO. The insurance business continued to grow in 2018. Our premium book increased from 3.8 to 6.2 billion. That represents an increase of 63% year on year. So that was a very big improvement compared to 2017. In terms of what that translates into in terms of market share, if you remove medical as a product which we don't offer, we now stand at 14% in terms of sector average. And in terms of bottom line, of course, if you talk of the top line, you have to talk about the bottom line. Our net profit also increased. In 2017, we had 264 million as a net profit, and we ended the year 2018 with a profit of 860 million, which is an increase of 234%. In terms of claims payment or claims settlement, our claim ratio is 43%, which is still a very good indicator that the insurance business is doing very well. That despite having paid 1.7 billion in terms of settling customers' claims. In terms of total assets, our total assets grew from 2.4 billion to close to 9 billion, which is a 95.5% year-on-year growth. And in terms of solvency margin, we are liquid, we are strong. We ended there at 134.3%. We are always supposed to be more than 100%. That is a regulatory requirement. And in terms of what we paid to our insurers, still there was much increase as the business grew. We had to cede much of the premium we collected, such that we have a very wider coverage of the risk that we take in our books. So overall, the insurance business is shaping very well. Customers continue to trust in Bika Insurance. We are getting more businesses, and our risk assessment is proving that it is liquid. And the profitability is fine, growth is fine as well, and the premium is increasing year on year at exponential rate. Thank you.
Thank you. BK's mandate being to create the digital consumers. The good news that we have to announce you is that through our 2 flagship products, which are falling under agriculture and education, we managed from the agriculture product to increase the digital users up to 1.4 million. And another good news is that still under agriculture sector, we managed to conclude another deal for the development of the digital platform with NAIEP for the digitization of the cash crop value chain. So when you look at the education sector, through another flagship product that is called Root Education System, so the number of the schools which are using this system has grown up to 95 schools. And when you look at the amount which has been transacted through this platform, it increased up to 3 billion Rwandan francs. And another good news for the education sector is that we conclude another deal with the high learning institutions, whereby very shortly we are going to launch another platform with the high learning institutions. Thank you.
As you all know, BK Capital was launched about 2 weeks ago, officially launched on the market. But we had already started offering the new services from end of last year. When I talk about new services, it's fund management, financial service advisory, and brokerage that we were already offering. From the new services, we managed to grow our performance last year. So we had a good year, despite the fact that it was not a full year because we started only the operation toward the end of the year. We see a very promising 2019 because the market is very positive and was very welcoming for the new product. We intend to launch investment vehicles very soon as part of our fund management service on the market, and that will deepen the investment and savings around the Rwandan people, but also institutions. On the advising side, we're already advising on a number of projects and businesses that wants to raise financing through other means that are not lending from banks. And the brokerage service is continuing to grow as we can see a growing trend in terms of transaction on the Rwandan Stock Exchange, but especially from the bonds trading. Thank you.
Magambo make rero twese tuziko ubukungu bw'igihugu cyacu bwiyongereye kuri 8.6%. Twari duherutse kera cyane kubona iyo mibare. Nuvuga ko ibikorwa byinshi bikorwa mu gihugu byateye imbere. Natwe rero nka banki ya Kigali ibikorwa byacu byose byaba muri banki, byaba mu bwishingizi, byaba mu ikoranabuhanga n'izindi service z'imari zitangwa na BK Capital, ibikorwa byose byacu byateye imbere ku buryo mu mwaka wa 2018 twashoboye kunguka miliyari 27.4 n'amafaranga menshi. Ni ibintu twishimira cyane, twishimira abakiriya bacu bose batugana, twishimira cyane cyane abashoramari ba BK kuko muziko umwaka ushize twagiye kubareba tubabwira ko ibikorwa byacu byaguka cyane kandi dukeneye inkunga yabo kugira ngo dushobore kwagura ibikorwa byacu birenze nkuko byari bimeze. Abenshi barabyitabiriye cyane, batuha amafaranga yandi yo gushyira muri capital ya bank ku buryo uyu munsi banki ifite amafaranga menshi ahagije yo gutanga mu nguzanyo no gukora investment mu by'ikoranabuhanga ku buryo na service zagenda zitera imbere, nuko service zitangwa bizagenda bitera imbere kandi byorohera abakiriya bacu kubona izo service. Muri make rero nukongera kubashimira kandi no gushimira abakiriya bacu bose batugana, tubizeza ko turacyakora cyane ku buryo ibyiza biri imbere. Muri uyu mwaka hari ibintu byinshi cyane tubahishiye, muzagenda mubyumva mu bihe bitandukanye, ariko turashaka kubizeza nanone ko hari ibintu byinshi byiza biri imbere biteza imbere abaturage ariko bikanateza imbere banki ya Kigali. Murakoze.